Hi there. Hey, what's up? It's Brian and Rawtill4 TV coming at you here. Coming at you from San Francisco. I'm just in this park. I come to this park most days when the sun's out, and I kind of work about like a block away from here in a kind of a semi-corporate office scenario where I get paid to sit in a chair for the day and like just take some logic, which we call code, and then just organize that and like write. Just kind of sometimes it's creative and sometimes it's just like organizing it. So yeah, that's what I do for work. And this video is just about. Oh, by the way, they're warming up for a band performance starting in like an hour. That's in this park. So hope you enjoy that during the video. And so I'm just hanging out here in the park, like having a lunch. And I just actually finished this. This was full, but this was like my smoothie that I had. One of the smoothies. I have another one in the fridge, but this is one of my favorite smoothies now. Okay, I'll tell you about this smoothie, and then I'm going to talk about my experience with working in an office environment and doing like Rawtill4 like high fruit lifestyle, and kind of just want to share that and see if anybody else has any cool experiences with that or like other types of experiences. I know I have a lot of friends who have had some less than happy experiences with that, so yeah, but I just wanted to share mine because I feel like it's been kind of unique, and or maybe it's been pretty cool. Just want to share it. Anyway, so this smoothie first is really awesome, and it's like my new favorite thing. And so what I do is I take my greens and I fill the bottom of the blender up with greens, and then I also take a bunch of dates, take the pits out, and throw those in there, and then I like fill it up to cover the greens with water. And then I blend that like super high power until it's really, really smooth. The dates and the greens, really, really smooth. And then I've been getting these melons for like extremely cheaply here in California. So so I've been eating, just like living off of melons. And so I take like one cantaloupe or something that's like it's like about the size of my head or a little smaller than my head, and cut that up, scoop out the seeds, and blend all that with the greens and dates that have already been blended. And that I just pulse that a few times, or just I like to get it smooth, but it doesn't take that much to get it smooth. So, and yeah, and basically it just turns into this like it's creamy, it's sweet, it's really delicious. It's got a little bit of the melon flavor, and the singer's got some talent. I like it. I think it'll be cool when they're not just warming up too. So anyways, okay, so talking about my experience in my office, working with around 20, I'd say there are about 20 or 30 other people in the office, and I am known as the fruit guy. Like, it's awesome. So, at first I was like a little bit like self-conscious because everyone there is like pretty much normal meat eaters. There were actually two people who identify as like lacto-ovo vegetarians that also work there. So it was cool that everybody was like, "Oh, you're vegan. I guess like we can understand that." And then I was like, "Yeah." And at first, actually, I wasn't really trying to do Rawtill4 while at work. I just like kind of didn't want, like when I first started at the job, I didn't really want to like I don't know, make people think I was really like extreme or anything. Or so I don't know. I was trying to kind of being shy about it, and so I would just have big smoothies in the morning, and then I would usually just kind of eat lunch with everyone there. And I would have like a vegan meal, and it didn't really feel good. It kind of made me. It would always make me really tired because because it's kind of impossible, or nearly, maybe not impossible, but nearly impossible to get something that's has no sodium and no oil in it, and just like high carb thing during lunch here. So that was interesting. Anyway, so then I decided, hey, I'm just gonna start ordering giant boxes of fruit. So that was the next step. I would like have like giant boxes of fruit delivered to the office, and I could have them there. I could have my bananas there ripening, and I guess it's like a laid back environment. Everybody's like pretty progressive, and they're just like, oh, everybody got a kick out of just like talking to me about it, because it was just like really weird to them, which it's different. So that was actually going really well. I brought my like second blender, my old blender. I brought that into the office, so I just had a really cheap blender there. It's perfect for just blending up my bananas. Like, so I'd have like a couple bananas meals throughout the day while I was working at the office, and it was awesome. I just feel like really much more clear thinking, and just like much more energetic, and like I wouldn't get that huge crash like after a meal like I would if I ate out around here. It's like always be something kind of high in fat and usually very high in sodium. So not my favorite kind of thing to nourish my body, I've found. So now it's been a lot better. Then so one more thing, it was pretty funny. Then we had a fruit fly explosion in the office, and I don't feel like many people were like looking at me weird, but I felt very, very self-conscious about it. Like, just because apparently the problem was like there's a compost container, like a big compost bin that was like down in the basement, and the neighboring company that also shares the basement, like they never took theirs out, so it was just sitting down there. And I think probably I had thrown compost in there at some point or another, and so anyways, it just turned into like a fruit fly bonanza, just a huge orgy of fruit flies, and they just like exploded, and they just like took over. They were like everywhere in our office, like in the kitchen, like just like hordes of them, and it was pretty gross, and like actually yeah. So then since then I started not really wanting to try to even bring like fruit to the office in large quantities. So what I do now is I've been like every day I'll take like a whole bunch of bananas. Like I'll fill 2 bags. I have like 2 like side saddles on my bicycle. So so I just like fill the side saddles on each bag. Like I'll fill those with fruit. So I'll just bring like a couple melons, a couple like large melons, or like a bunch of bananas, and then sometimes like I'll even like I brought this in today. I made it at home, and because my blender's way better at home. Yes, and yeah. Okay. Anyways, I'm like really rambling at this point, and I just wanted to share that and see what your experiences are with being like high carb or fruity in like a work environment. Because I always hear people comment on videos, or I see people commenting on videos that it's like, or that like a Freely will post something, and people will be like, oh, I can't do this, I can never do this because I work yada yada blah blah blah. But like, man, it's really cool. Like in my work, I've actually ended up kind of converting people. Like the guy that I work closest with, he is really excited about, like, he's like, oh, you're eating so much fruit. Like, he's like, I've been eating more fruit. And I'm like, oh, dude, hell yeah, man. And like, he also, like, he was like really big into drinking, and he's like, oh, like, actually I noticed that I've just been drinking less and it feels good. And I was like, really? Like, dude, that's cool. Do what feels good. And also, what's really exciting to me is he says, now he hasn't like gone vegan, I think he hasn't like fully understood the compassion thing, but people ask me at my work, about why I'm vegan and why I eat the way I do, and I tell them that I do it because I don't want to support the industry of like killing and subjugating other beings on this earth. I want nothing to do with that as much as possible, and once I realized what that is, I just can't even imagine like supporting that industry in any way. Now that I understand in my heart, or like in my mind, that it really is just completely horrible and wrong and inhumane to just subjugate these animals and use them, abuse them, and eventually, just take their life, just slit their throats. It's like, that's not something I want to be a part of. Like, I just think we can do so much better. And so anyway, so I tell people at my work, like, why do you do this? I say, like, oh, well, it's compassion, and it's my health. It's for my health, because this is the best way to eat. Like, it feels amazing. And yeah, I've had a lot of like interesting, like, just being positive and being excited about how I eat has been really cool. Like, it rubs off on people. It rubs off on a lot of people at my work, current work. And like, just yesterday, a friend of mine from the last place that I worked, he sent me a message. He said, hey, you wouldn't believe it, like, I've been vegetarian for the last 3 months. 3 months. And I was like, dude, that's awesome, because like he was like, you know, he was this like typical brainwashed kind of person. He's actually from Poland, but he said like, you know, like eating vegetarian, like that's weird, you know. But like now he's been doing it for the last 3 months, and I bet he feels awesome, because it's the only way to feel really awesome, I think. And yeah, so I'd say like my advice is be really positive about the way you're eating, because it's like the best thing we can do for the planet and for the animals and for all the other humans, for the environment, you know, and everything. It's just like we can do so much better if we can all eat peacefully, and it can be a beautiful world. So I hope that you go and inspire people that you are encountering, like in your life, your friends, your family, and people that you work with. And that's what I try to do. And yeah, thanks for watching, and please like this, share it if you want, and do feel free to subscribe to Fruit Fuel TV and get fruity. Go fruit yourself. Have a good day. Be beautiful. Peace.